Hey guys, it's Quana back again with another review. Hope you guys are doing great. It is that special time of year that we like to call the Christmas season, and I'm here with another 25 Days of Christmas release. Streaming on HBOMax right now is Last Christmas. Last Christmas is a movie that came out last Christmas, starring Emilia Clarke, Henry Golding, Michelle Yeoh, Emma Thompson. It is a rom-com that I missed out on because, once again, I'm a mom, don't get to go to the movies. So I was very pleased to see that this had been added to HBO Max's lineup. Now, before we get into my review of the film and my commentary, don't forget to click the subscribe down below and give this video a thumbs up. It helps make my day a little bit brighter, especially when you've been dealing with high schoolers who do not want to do work in these COVID times. All right, so Last Christmas tells the story of this young London woman named Kate. Kate is kind of a misfit, and she's bouncing around couch surfing with her friends as she tries to make her mark on the world as a singer, but she doesn't actually seem to be very motivated to gain any kind of success or to work toward it. Our girl Kate, works at a year-round Christmas store with Michelle Yeoh's character, who goes by the name of Santa, and she ends up meeting this guy kind of very serendipitously, played by Henry Golden, who only goes by the name Tom. We only know his name. And I think she doesn't even learn his name for maybe like a couple of their meetings, and then finds out his last name very much later. It is very much a kind of whimsical romance where they meet by chance every day and they go on these little magical dates that are so romantic. And as she explores her relationship with Tom, she comes to terms with some harsh realities about the way that she has been living her life. You see, Kate was ill in the past and had a childhood illness and needed a heart transplant, and has kind of been just struggling with existing since then. And so Henry Golding's character helps her to make some necessary changes in her life. Her mom is played by Emma Thompson, who plays a woman who has immigrated from Yugoslavia to London. And so it's the dynamic between the two of them. It's very cute. Emma Thompson is always wonderful and funny and charming on screen. And it was very nice to see Emilia Clarke as something other than our Queen Daenerys Targaryen, first of her name, Mother of Dragons. And she actually did a good job in this movie. I actually liked her acting in this movie. She comes across as very likable. The problem is not with Emilia Clarke, and it's not with Emma Thompson, and it's not with the incomparable Michelle Yeoh, who is beautiful in this movie and amazing. And I could have dealt with, like, I need a Michelle Yeoh movie where she gets to be the love interest and she's not playing anybody's mom or anybody's older friend or their sidekick, and she's not just doing action. I need an American movie with Michelle Yeoh playing the love interest, and I need that like yesterday. Can we make that happen? And of course, Henry Golding is always very pleasant to look at. The movie, as it pertains to the acting, was not that bad. As it pertains to the plot line and the storyline, there's a lot to be desired about this film because there's a lot of things that happen that are extremely far-fetched and make the plot implausible, and thus it kind of just flounders around and doesn't quite gain its legs. The dynamic between Emilia Clarke's character and Henry Golding's character is very charming, but the way that they meet and just even the process of them falling in love with each other, it just doesn't seem realistic at all. But her coming of age and her growth is very much in the vein of a classic Christmas Carol story about a person who undergoes a life change around the Christmas season and becomes a better person. It's giving you a Christmas Carol. It's giving you It's a Wonderful Life. It's very much in the same family as all of those movies. What I will say that I really liked about the movie, especially if you are kind of not a fan of some of the more like on the nose romances, like certain networks that make nothing but holiday romance movies. If you're not kind of a fan of those movies, this is a better rom-com and a better Christmas romance because you're not going to get the stereotypical ending of what those movies give you. So in that regard, I actually appreciated this movie. Now, what makes this movie amazing, even though at times it makes no sense, is that the entire soundtrack is George Michael and Wham. So the entire soundtrack is literally Last Christmas. I can't remember if they played Wake Me Up Before You Go, but I know that they definitely played Father Figure. They definitely played Freedom 90. There's like it's just all George Michael all the time. And I was here for it because George Michael is amazing. And I kind of wish we could get a Last Christmas movie that goes by that title that actually gives us the Last Christmas storyline, because the storyline of the song that Last Christmas is what you would imagine like a heartbreaking Christmas movie to be about. But as a whole, I thought that that worked really well. It felt like a very British movie, and adding George Michael to this very British movie just kind of really gave you those London Christmas time feels that us tourists and Americans imagine Christmas to be like in London. So I really appreciated that a lot, a lot. I really a whole lot. I want more movies need to be using George Michael all the time because George Michael is great. Other than that, the movies reviews are kind of like up and down. Some people love it, some people hate it. I think that's the way with most movies, but it wasn't great. It wasn't groundbreaking. It was just a very feel good movie. And I think that sometimes we forget that we need those feel good movies, those movies that just put a smile on your face. Now, without trying to spoil everything about the movie, which is what I am trying not to do in this review, guys. This is kind of trying to be a non-spoilery review. There is a character in the movie that if you have seen it, comment down below and tell me who the character that you think I'm talking about is. But there is a character in this movie that needed way more screen time and had a whole lot of chemistry with our main gal, and I wanted to see that, and they did not give us that, and that was very frustrating because it's, again, I've been talking about this lately with a lot of my reviews, the payoff that the viewer and the fan have been waiting for. You tease it and then you don't give it to us, and then it's going to make things feel like they were incomplete. So if you know who I'm talking about, comment down below which character should have ended up with our main gal. Other than that, I thought the movie was very much enjoyable. I will probably watch it again. It's definitely a rewatch. This Notting Hill, like you can just kind of put them in a package of like British rom-coms that make you feel good on a rainy day or around Christmas time or when you don't have to deal with kids. And this can be something you come back to again and again and again. So that is my review and my commentary about Last Christmas 2019 with Emilia Clarke and Henry Golding. Let me know down below if you've seen it. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think the plot was a little far-fetched? And tell me if you know who the character is that I'm talking about who needed more screen time. And until next time, guys. Oh, before you go, please hit the subscribe. It only takes you a second, but it means the world to me because, again, I've been dealing with teenagers all day, and so you should feel like you want to give me a subscribe so I can have something else to look forward to in my day. But until next time, guys, toodles!